Okay, I got it.
Oh,
Make my screen.
it says it's going live, so something's
Okay.
working.
Redirecting to YouTube. Okay, let's see if it works. Personal meeting room, it says though. Oh,
I see that.
yeah, that's
Okay,
not.
we're on. We're on.
Okay, all right, all right.
We're on.
But this is
Okay.
not the original thing.
No, no. So people have to, hopefully, people are going to start to see us pop over. Okay.
Okay, well, let me,
Okay, there's people coming on now.
yeah, I see, but, see,
Sorry, guys,
oh, no,
technical
no.
difficulties.
I know. Okay. Pop over to the other live. I guess it can't work on this one, can it? Wait. All right, wait. Can you hear me? All right, anyway, whatever, let's go. Didn't work that way, so we go. I told him to pop over to the other live video. Was okay. Angel blessings. Was I right about what? Oh, hello guys, and hello Eric. I love you. All this tech stuff.
Eric says hi, Mom, and he says hi, everybody. And so, like, Eric, I didn't get a chance to tell you this, but before we started, before you and I got on, Eric is jumping. He's jumping. I don't know
Good.
what is going on with him, but he's like jumping up
What
and
is
down.
it?
So
What is it, Eric?
he says he's in a good mood.
Well, that's
He's like, he's
good.
in a good mood. He's excited. He says he's like doing the like, I can't stop moving. I can't stop moving.
Well, that thing with Dee yesterday on the radio show, that was so uplifting for me to see that
Yeah.
hard work that Eric and I and the rest of the Divine team do actually does work so amazingly. Anyway, all right. So angel blessings. Was I right about what I interpreted the Holy Spirit was trying to tell me through signs and synchronicities? Okay, we got your handle only. You guys, hi Julie. You need to give you at least your first name, maybe your the initial of your last name.
Well, I can tell you. I'll tell you what because Eric's answering. So
Okay.
I can tell you what he's saying.
And eponymous, you too. You got to give me your name.
He says yes. He says that you are correct. He says to pay close attention because you're getting streams of information, and he says downloads. And he says not to worry about exactly where it's coming from because it seems to be coming from a couple different directions. So he says not to worry about that, but he also says to get out pen and paper, start writing.
Okay. Eponymous, I don't know your name. So why are my psychic abilities blocked? Do you know? I mean, we don't know the name. Do you want them to come back with the name, first name?
No.
It's more accurate, guys, if you guys give your name, first name. Go ahead. Howdy, Mandy from Houston.
So what he's saying is he says, have a little bit of patience. He said a little bit of patience because he says there's two things that come into play here. As he says, consistency and belief. And he says, like, guys, he goes, you have to have that consistency. You have to have that will and that saying, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do this, I'm going to put a little bit into this every day. He goes, the more you put into it, the more focus you put into it. He says, the more you make it part of your reality. He says, this is integrating because your psychic abilities are not separate from you. He says, this is one of your senses. This is one of your natural senses. You're just not used to using it all the time, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. So he says it's about being aware of it and integrating it and using it in everything. And he says, and you say, well, exactly how do I use it? Well, I don't know. He says, well, that's practice of consistency, of being present with yourself. Play games. He goes, use cards, use your pendulum, use things every day. And he's just saying something that I did. He says, Michelle, tell them what you did a long time ago. He said, I used to get out oracle cards and I used to pick 3 cards a day consistently. And each one of those 3 cards I'd sit and I'd interpret the message. I wouldn't care what any books or anything said. I just interpret the message. And Erik had said that what was important for me was I was creating a momentum of energy and connecting with my guides.
Oh, I
And that's
love
what was building up this foundation. So he says, do a practice, do something, build that foundation for yourself. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. And he says, and have patience because it takes time to grow. He said,
and blind
patience.
faith. Blind faith.
Yes,
You know that you've got that ability.
we all do.
Don't have this expectation. Well, maybe it's going to work today. Maybe it's not. Expectation is a big cock blocker, so to speak, psychically speaking. So, don't have those expectations, and don't act like you are working toward enhancing your psychic abilities. Instead, act like you already have them. Know that you already have them. Feel it in your bones, in your soul, your senses, all your senses, because that's how the law of attraction in the universe works.
That's right.
All right, I see a lot of stuff like grandma, but I don't know a name. Just have to go until we find names here. Erik, does Tiara have anything to say to me? Chasing wishes, but I don't know that person's name, but maybe you can figure it out. You guys' names.
It's not your imagination. Your imagination is a gateway. It's like a little television screen that's giving you information. And so pay attention to what's being dropped into that little imagination center, because you're being given messages. There's things that I'm sharing with you and that I'm letting you know that I really want you to pay attention to. Also, when it comes to decisions, sometimes it's better to just sit back and not make those decisions when you feel indecisive until you feel clear. It's okay to do that.
But not seek clarity. Allow clarity.
Allow
it.
clarity.
All right, here's a good boy. My name is Timothy Cox. Do I have a message for my dad, James Cox? Thank you so much for the names. Y'all, even if you want to add a town and stuff, that's great too. But you don't have to leave, give your last 4 digits of your social security number. All right, go ahead. Shannon, get your mom's name. Hi, Linda.
What was the dad's name again?
James Cox. COX.
I'm getting I've got fond memories of you.
Oh.
I have many fond memories of you. What I'm getting is visual. So I'm getting a tree, like outdoor trees. So I don't know if you grew up when there was trees in your backyard, like swings, trees. I'm seeing an older man with a younger boy. And what I'm hearing is, I still see you as a young boy. That's how I view you as a young boy. He's also saying that about your wisdom, that you're wise, you're wiser than what you think you are. You're different than me, and that's good. That's a good thing. Be proud of the way that you are.
Okay. All right, Shannon Stilson. We don't have the name of her mom, but that's a pretty specific name. So can you ask if the mother has a message? Can come forward, Erik and Michelle? Shannon Stilson.
So worry is an energy that is not going to do anything for you. And so sometimes worry is something that we feel is going to create something. It's going to make some sort of change. If I put my energy into worrying, that's going to give me something. And really, it's just a waste of energy. So focus your energy on what it is that you want. Your mother is also doing very well. She's pointing to her legs, but her legs being well. So if she had difficulty with her legs at some point when she was alive, she's showing her legs being renewed. Something focused on the legs.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to go to the other one and say, people, come on over to this side of the All right. Maricela London, any messages from spirit for me?
Don't sell out. Don't sell out. Go for what it is that you want. Don't go for less than what you deserve. Don't sell out to other people or giving in to other people. You have an idea or something that you want to run with. Push forward with this. Don't settle for less. Go further with this.
Asking if this other thread, if they can hear me, but I don't know. It's a little complicated. All right, good. Sweet morbid bear. Can you tell me about Bigfoot? The Bigfoot around me at night, they keep whistling. Is that Bigfoot?
Eric's calling it, he says, like a Bigfoot. He calls it an interdimensional being. And so you've got some open portals, he says, in your room, one in your hallway near your bathroom. And he says that they crisscross into your home. They're very aware of you, and whistling. Eric says, I said, why the whistling, Eric? He goes, why not? Why not? He goes, why not? He says, it's a form of communication. They're whistling, whistling while they work. Yes. Yeah.
Whistle while you work.
Yeah. Eric says they're just popping in. He also says that part of that is because you have connections to some beings that are interdimensional. He also says like fairy like beings as well.
Cool.
So he says it's not just them. Those are just the ones that you're aware of.
So you attract interdimensional beings. That's cool. Twitter bug. This is Cindy Y. Will D period S period and I ever meet again in person? Cindy Y.
Eric said that you might, but he says, he goes, let go of the idea, meaning that, he says, take the focus off of it, do your thing, take the focus off of it, because if it's going to happen, he says, going to happen easier by you releasing, going in your own direction.
Allowing it, not demanding or wanting or expecting, allowing, surrendering to whatever comes. That's the law of attraction. All right, Jody Williamson, did the energy repair work and tattoo removal that she had done, is it successful? I mean, tattoo removal takes a long time, a lot of memory, but okay.
Eric, that's exactly what Eric just says is yes, he says, but it does take time. So he says this is something that's a bit of patience for you. He also said you might notice some peeling on your skin. He says like dry skin. So he says all of that is part of it. So he says changes in your skin is part of it. So he says just be patient. He's like a watch pot never boils.
That's true. All right, Rim Lex. I don't know if that's a name, but I need a message if I can trust who the person she broke up with. He chose something else, another situation over me. I don't know if it's someone or something else, but can Rimlex, that's the handle, trust the person that she broke up with, she or he broke up with?
Eric says that you already know the answer to that question. I was responding.
Okay.
He says, you know the answer to that question inside. He says, you don't really need us to validate that for you. He says, and if you're saying, no, I don't, I want to hear that. He says, go a little deeper inside and really feel into that. He says, it's important that you do visit that yourself.
Okay. I'm just going to skip everybody that has only handles, and no names, because I need names. People are asking about their health, what career, but they have like handles that are not anywhere close to being names. So you just have to go back in the end of the thread and, whatever, do it, babies, do it. All right. So wait, it just jumped way far. It's almost like it populated everything from the other place. It just went crazy. And also, do not put the same thing in over and over again in the chat line, because I will purposely not answer it because it's rude. It's like shouting. So don't keep asking. Just I see one person that keeps asking over and over and over and over again, and that just makes it too messy here. All right, let me see. Got to find the top of the line. If I can. Texas woman, I'm Renee. My mom is Patricia. Did you show yourself to her as a dog? Oh, Erik. I guess it's Erik. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll say, I don't know if you're talking about Erik or your mother, but Erik says yes, but Erik's saying with your mother. So he's saying showing your mother and him showing up together. So if you were asking for
Patricia might be
validation
alive. I don't know. I'm Renee. My mom is Patricia. Did you show yourself to her as a dog? Sounds like the mother's alive. Or is it, could it be?
because Erik's saying yes, but he's saying like his energy. He's focusing on his energy. So
Okay.
because he says with the mother.
All right, Suzanne Hager. Am I on the right track with Ronnie?
He says you can never be on the wrong track. First of all, he says you can never be on the wrong track because everything has importance to it. He says you may come across some obstacles, and he says, but remember that obstacles are part of life. Obstacles are to help us grow. He says not necessarily to tell us that it's something that's not good for us.
Right. Plus teachable moments. All right,
Yes.
James Taylor. My mother, wants to know if his mother is okay. She passed away last year. Her name is Willie Mae Taylor. He's James Taylor.
There must be a real connection between the two of you because how I can feel her energy, Erik's linking her, and I can feel her energy coming right through the heart chakra. And when I feel that, that is predominantly when there is a lot of love wanting to be expressed. And so the first thing that I'll say is that, yes, she is definitely okay. She's expressing a lot of love. And what I'm hearing is there's a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
She's also bringing me in the chest area here and feeling a little bit of heaviness. So whatever was going on in this area, and she's lifting it. So there's a lot of freedom from her body.
That's good.
And she's also saying that she gives you signs. And so to validate those signs, validate what you've already have felt with her being around. She says that is her.
Oh. So Joan, my name is Joan. Do I have any messages from from 5D? Thought it was initial. Sorry about that. Any messages?
Any messages from 5D?
From the fifth dimension.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Continue with your connection with source. Continue dedicating yourself to your journey and dedicating yourself to your connection with the higher self and with source. You have your journey has a lot to do with your spiritual growth, but it's your spiritual growth and that extension into the world for other people. You're a teacher. And so part of what you are has not been completely unleashed yet. And so we are hoping for you that you will continue forward through times that may seem like they're going a little slower. We will let you know that there will also be times that are going to speed up before you know it. And so they're saying, enjoy the journey.
Wow. Roller coaster ride. It sounds like, All right, Soap Zuds. My name is Michelle. Is there a message from Gwen Cotton? Cotten.
Well, I like Michelle's name.
You
very-
do?
A very nice name. It just has a nice ring to it. Okay. Mhm. She says you're just as beautiful as ever. You're
Mm.
looking good. This energy is beautiful. I can see the reflection in a mirror. So must be some reflection between the two of you, like a connection. It's like you're beautiful and so am I. You're beautiful and so am I.
Mm. That's beautiful.
Restoration of health. And so what your challenge is right now, is she saying to just like cut through the bowl, just cut right through it.
Mhm.
Set everything and anyone aside that doesn't fit with you anymore.
Spring cleaning. Sounds good. We should all do that from time to time. All right. Hi, my name is Gabrielle from Romania. I try a lot of times to talk in my head to Eric and my higher self, and a lot of times I get responses. Are the responses coming from my own higher self or from actual spirit, our own self, human, or actual spirit, like her higher self or Eric?
Eric said you're getting a lot of messages from your higher self and from Eric. He says to help discern. He says when you're talking, when you're putting intent into speaking to us, he says look at the quality of what you're asking will be the quality of what the answer is. And so he says, but there's a lot of times that there's information that's coming in and you're questioning, is that my own mind that's saying that? And he says, no. He goes, especially the stuff that's just, he says, rolling on in. And the way Eric does it is he says he just rolls on in unexpectedly at times.
That's true. All right, let's see. Gayla. Did I have an unpleasant encounter with my late Uncle Sam? Well, I've had some, I don't want to have any encounters with Uncle Sam, government. Never have. Hopefully never will. But anyway, unpleasant encounter with my late Uncle Sam a while back. Why was he so angry? If that was him, and what is he trying to do? It was really scary and unpleasant. Oh, Gayla Heflin is her name, and he's Uncle Sam.
Eric's saying that there's something about transformation for him. There's change because he's not like this in spirit.
Oh,
So he may have been like this or had something like this in life, but there's a release that's occurring for him. Eric says it's not so much a direct message for you other than it's relating to somebody else in your life. So Eric says to look at who he's connected to in your life, to look at similar behaviors. Because it's like something he's trying to show you.
so
really.
the unpleasant, is it him trying to purge the negative human emotions he had? Are you saying that? Are you saying
no,
that
it's somebody else's.
show
It's like
you somebody else's in
somebody else's. It's somebody
Alright.
else's. And so he's connected to somebody else. So Eric says just to kind of sit with that and look at that, think about that, because he says that that'll come to you. And he says it came across as frightening the way you saw it, but he says it doesn't mean anything like in the way you might think it does.
It's not scary. All right, Patrick, Bridget Hunt first. Hello, my name is Bridget Hunt. Do I have a message from my mother, Christine Bullard? And does she approve of my recent engagement? Congratulations.
I'm getting a lot of pink right now. So I don't know if that has I'm seeing pink flowers too. Like cherry blossoms. And
Oh,
I'm not sure what time of year cherry blossoms come. I think they're spring.
I think it's winter. Yeah, winter, spring. Yeah, I
Or
don't know.
yeah, or something. So maybe
It-
that's the time that you're going to get married in. Um, yes,
Yeah.
she does. She does. She says that what's most important is your happiness, your contentment. She also says that she's happy to see you taking care of yourself. You taking care of yourself is what has brought love in.
Yeah.
And so she calls that very healing. She also wants to let you know that she'll be there participating in
Oh.
all of the ways that she is able to participate, and
Mm.
she will let you know. The flowers, look for something, because I've had people tell me stories about flowers that have shown up at weddings or at events that nobody knows where they came from with
Wow.
a message on them or something. So I feel
Cool.
that kind of energy when she's saying this. So look for something that shows up during your wedding planning or something that is with
Awesome.
cherry blossoms. Mhm.
All right. Was my cat Patrick said asked, and again, congratulations. Patrick, was my cat Goldie recently killed while trying to protect one of the other cats? Ugh.
Mhm. Erik says, yeah, but Erik also just is saying about the timing, because Goldie plans on coming back. Um,
As a cat?
Not necessarily, Erik says. Erik says Goldie may come back as somebody like an acquaintance, somebody that you will know, like human.
Like a
Um,
walk-in to an
mhm,
adult human?
mhm,
Wow. So it's like a shared body thing or
mhm.
a complete
Like an
takeover?
aspect, like an aspect.
Oh, an
Erik
aspect.
says.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh. Like my son Lucas and my stillborn baby Seth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Wow.
yeah.
Nicole C. Eric, ¿cuál es el nombre de mi ángel guardián? What's the name of Nicole C's guardian angel? I don't know if she needs the whole name, her whole name, but
He says Ariel.
ooh, Ariel. She's got a big angelic project. I
Mhm.
can't remember. Unity or I can't remember. Okay, hang on. Okay, wait. Okay. Uh Wait, it just went crazy again. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay, come on. Okay, well, Emma in Australia, why is scalar energy not working for my family? But I don't know her name. Emma. There's only 2% it doesn't work for. Her handle is Willow Creek.
Erik says you might not like to hear the answer, but he says it's patience.
Oh, yeah, sometimes it
Have
takes
some
a while.
patience.
And
Have some
opening up
patience.
and believing it. Watch when we have the Hour of Enlightenment show that we had yesterday.
Mhm.
The our guest explains it all. Okay, it explains how you can open it up to actually working. So you guys
Yes.
watch that. Okay. Okay, like it just went down a whole bunch. I don't want to skip anybody. Um hmm, Emma, please. Okay. So, hang on. Wait, gosh. All right, well, Patrick, any messages for my mother, Tracy, from her brother, Mickey?
He's talking about accepting responsibility. Erik says he accepts responsibility. So if there was something that maybe was difficult in the relationship at one point, he's just saying like he sees this, he accepts this. Um, keeps saying acceptance. I have acceptance. And he talks about going through transformation. And I don't know if he's been passed for a little bit, but it's like I've been in a resting period for a while, and now I'm going into transformation. I'm changing.
Okay. Don't have that name. All right, Michelle Ragland. Will I get my house?
Erik says yes. He says, so if you're waiting for an answer right now, or I don't know if you already have the house picked out, because he actually shows there not being a real long period between
Good.
now and that time.
All right, GGS. I would like to know who is cuddling with me at night this past week. That's cool.
Erik says it's an angel.
Oh, wow. A guardian angel? A spirit guide? A guardian angel?
He said, we could also call it a spirit guide. This is somebody who has had an incarnation. He calls this
Oh.
like a, he's saying we don't have to use labels or anything, but he says this would be like
Yeah.
somebody you have a soul connection with. That's
That you
in
had a
spirit.
life with,
Yes.
maybe.
Yes.
All right, Brenda Martinez. Is my cousin in a good place? He just passed almost a month ago. His name is Lazaro Gil. Gil. Lazaro. I don't know.
I'm just feeling energy on the left-hand side. He's giving me a lot of warmth. I can see a lot of sun, and I can see water. He says I can breathe. I can breathe. I'm very free.
Nice. All right, Alfred, first initial O. Curious to know if there's a message for my spirit guides that they would like to share.
So you've had many lifetimes where you've been able to wield the stick with the power of manifestation. You've got a very strong capability to bring things into your reality that are meant for you, that also help teach others. And so trust in that ability. When doubt creeps in your mind, remember that we're here and that we are helping you and to help remind you of your true strength and your true power. You're also showing me a book and saying that you're going to write.
Ooh.
And so they're saying that the experiences that are coming forward in this next year are important for you to write, to remember.
All right, Tina Pouchet, Poucher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Does Ranonda, Ranonda, have a message for her mom, me? That's her daughter. So, message for Tina's daughter, from Tina's daughter, Ranonda. Ranonda. What a pretty name.
Okay, so this is her daughter that's in spirit?
Yes. Tina Pouchet's daughter.
Okay.
Ranonda.
Okay. A message for her mom.
For Tina.
And she says that no matter where she goes or where she is, she's always connected. And she says that she curls right up in your lap. She likes to be close to you. She also says that the tickling in your ears is her, and touching your face is her.
Oh.
She brings you yellow flowers, and she also shows butterflies as well. If yellow has any significance, that's
just
a sign.
Yeah. Heather Boyd would like to know if her grandmother Clara Holt was reincarnated as one of my grandsons.
yes, but not like a full incarnation. So like a fractal, or Eric calls it like a whiff.
Mm, okay. All right. Chloe Lyons. Can Eric get Darren Fontanilla for me, please? I really need to see if he has any messages for me. He drowned 3 months ago. I'm so sorry. Unexpectedly. I loved him and I'm still in disbelief. This is Chloe Lyons. And it's Darren Fontanilla.
He comes right forward right away with an apology, saying that he's sorry. He wants to let you know that he's okay. He wants to let you know that he didn't suffer. Because he's replaying, saying you're replaying things in your mind. You're replaying things over.
Yeah.
He wants to let you know that he didn't suffer. He says that this is a part of what my plan is. I know it's hard to see. It's hard to have acceptance of. He sends a lot of love to you and gratitude for his time with you. Um, he says that you're going to start getting some communication from him. He's talking about right now being a time of change for him as well, a time of adjustment. But you're going to receive him in dream state.
That's cool. All right, Tracy Sheehy. Eric, why am I so connected with animals and their feelings? Am I from a different planet? Sometimes I feel like I am. In fact, most of my family thinks I am. But anyway, Tracy Sheehy. I mean, sorry. Yeah, Sheehy.
He
Connected to
says,
animals, another
he says,
planet.
hey, Tracy. Hey, Tracy.
Mhm.
He goes, yeah, Tracy. He goes, well, are you from another planet? He goes, yeah, we all are. But he says, we all have these extra senses, and this just happens to be one of your abilities. You're empathic, and you have the ability to communicate with animals. He says that's something that you can take pretty much anywhere. He says there's a lot of different things that you could do with that, but he says that you're also a medical intuitive for animals as well. So he says there's a lot more to what you've already picked up on. So he says to start to do a little bit of reading about it and look at some other people that are currently doing communication, because it's going to start to give you some ideas in which direction to go.
Interesting. Is she from, is he Pleiadian, Arcturian, Syrian? I mean, are you picking up
Arcturian.
any
Arcturian.
Arcturian?
Yeah.
All right. Helen Booth. My sister Teresa Angulo passed away. Does she have anything for me? I feel lost sometimes. Oh gosh, I know the feeling. Teresa Angulo, the sister of Helen Booth.
Oh, Helen, she misses the communication with you. She knows you do too. She misses that back and forth with you. She says in other places and times that still goes on, that we have the ability to communicate. She says to make space in your day at some point to sit down and to pour a cup of coffee, pour a cup of tea, and sit down with her and talk to her and know that she's there with you. She also says to keep a close eye on your mail. Look at something coming in the mail.
Okay. All right, William Castro. Are there UFOs or aliens that are visiting me? William Castro.
Have you got a connection in with the Grays? So Eric says that you've got agreement or soul agreement to be able to work with ETs. Not all of the same type either.
Okay.
There's a hybrid type that has come to you through your astral plane, communicated with you. There's also something with technology and you, streaming information to you regarding technology. Um,
So that's good. Then it's nothing
Mhm.
nefarious. It's all positive collaboration.
yeah, Eric says, well, he goes, there's some that are not as fun as the others, is how he's saying it, but there's nothing nefarious.
Okay. All right. Deborah Haug. Eric, can you get her dad, Larry Haug, and see if Larry has any messages for her? She misses him terribly.
Oh, he misses you too. He misses you too. I can hear like a cough, like whatever that might mean to you, but I can hear like him coughing or hear a cough, like he's clearing himself. He's talking about pictures. So if you've been going through some pictures lately, because he says he's with you, you're going through pictures and looking at them, or having memories, nostalgic memories. He's just saying, I'm right there with you. I'm right there. He says, when you go into those memories, he says, know that those memories exist, that they're still there, that we can go into them together. And that's where you can feel me. That's where we can be together.
Okay. Ashley Jones, can you please bring Janice McGraw through for me? I really need to talk to him, but it's probably her. Janice McGraw for Ashley Jones.
It's a very strong personality.
Hmm.
Feeling somebody very strong, like they were there for people, know how to be there for people. Because just saying, I'm still there for you. I'm still there for you. I'm still there for you to lean on. I'm helping you. So the upcoming decisions that you have, I'm helping you make them. And it's okay to feel like you've made a mistake, because there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. They truly are opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Nicole McGregor wants to know, she's from Michigan, if her scalar services were successful. Again, they take some time, especially eyesight optimization and bringing in love. The people I did that on first are now like, I got too many dates now. It's crazy.
Eric's got a bell out and he's ringing the bell. He's going ding a ling a ling a ling 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 ling. Yes. Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Saul Jr. Diaz wants to know if him smoking weed is helping me heal. You know, Eric is a big proponent of marijuana, or if he should stop. Saul Diaz Jr.
He says, hey man, he says, listen, um, it has so many excellent therapeutic properties to it. And he says, the only thing that I'm gonna say is that if you feel like it is in your life in a way that it's slowing you down, if it's changing you, if it starts to become a deficit in your life, then it's no longer doing healing for you. He says some people have great benefit from it being in their life for a little while. Some people have it in their life every day and they do fine for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
But he says, this is something that for you to pay attention to, that there's going to be a point where it's going to not work quite the same anymore. And he
Yeah.
says, so be aware of that, because you won't need it when you get to that
I
point.
wonder if Sal probably already knows that. I sense that. All right. Antoinette Harvey. I'm Antoinette. My angels or spirits or animals are around me daily. I need to acknowledge. Are they around her daily?
Well, yes, she's got a few, but there's also an owl. She's got
Oh,
a guide that's an owl, connected to wisdom, the wise owl.
okay.
This owl is white, pure white.
That's
Eric's
Rice
saying
University, my alma mater. Rice Owls. Yeah. Go ahead.
Eric says to call the owl in.
Okay.
It's also your connection to your power as well.
Ooh, like a totem?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Ricky Knock, Riki Knock, Nock. having heavy dreams about saving people like they're locked or caught. Cool. Does that have any meaning, Erik?
Oh, Erik says yes. He goes, that's what you do. You do that. You do save people, and you will. He says it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to save them physically like that. He says, but he says there's a part of your energy. So he says you're seeing something that's like a metaphor. And think about the different desires that you have in connection with other people. Think about what it is that you want to do, what you've been thinking about, and how that could relate as a metaphor. Um, he says that you, and what he's showing me is saving people on a spiritual level, like emotionally.
Does he help spirits transition also? I mean, earthbound spirits? Could that be part of it?
Erik says yes, because in the astral, and this is part of what he was saying about astrally, in the astral, this is something that occurs sometimes when there are spirits that are in between states. This is part of him. How he's showing it to me is he's showing me a piece of pie, or a full pie right now. He's pulling the slice of pie out and saying that he's part of this greater group that helps spirits when they're stuck, in between. And so
you are saving trapped things. All right. I don't have a name here. I have a panic disorder. I'm pretty good. Okay, I don't have a name there. Okay, let me see. Some of these look like they're repeats, a lot of them. Okay, it's Rosa. My mom Jocelyn passed on July 4th, and I connect well with Erik, but not so much with her. What is she doing? Who is she with? Any messages? Rosa Mack. Oh, Rosa, hi. Jocelyn Mack, yes.
So this is Rosa's mom?
Yes.
That passed?
No, Rosa Mack's mom is Rosa Dokes Mack. Jocelyn Mack is the mom, just passed.
Okay, so Jocelyn's the mom that just passed. So she's around you. She's been around you. She's getting adjusted, is what Erik is saying.
Oh yeah. It takes time.
She's having a little bit of adjustment time, but she peeks in on you. Erik says that there's a consistent line between the two of you. So even though you may feel that distance, because you're not feeling her energy, so it's bothering you because he says you're not actually feeling her, but she's still connected, so she can still hear you. Erik says, also give time for the integration that you're having with your mom being in a new form.
Yeah.
Because he says that does take time, and you've got grief to honor within yourself. But he says it will come. He says you have a very strong ability to be able to connect. And so
allow, don't expect.
Yeah.
Allow, yeah.
Yeah, he says it will come.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Lee Land. After super portal work, she saw 3 firefly-like lights. Who were they? I've had so many cool stories about people. Did you just do my portal work? Yes. Well, guess what happened? Anyway, the 3 firefly-like lights. Who were they for Lee Land?
Erik says those would be your guides.
Cool. Were they helping? Because I always asked all the spirit guides and their healing team to help.
He says they're all present every time.
Good. All right. One more question. Patricia Huft. Should I have gastric bypass for a large amount of weight loss? Husband of 47-year-old Kyle, 47 years. Wow. Kyle transitioned in April. Any message from me? So we only have time for the gastric bypass question, or maybe you want to get the other one because that's medical. I don't know. You pick, Michelle. Message from Kyle or the gastric bypass?
Well, I'll just tell you real quick. Erik says that you may not need to have the gastric bypass. And second of all, from Kyle, There's a lot of love coming for you, and he's by the water.
Mm. Does Patricia, would she benefit by weight optimization, the Atlanta scalar work?
She would. Erik says that that because she's had the weight for a period of time,
Yeah.
it's kind of like thinking, okay, it's not going to come off, but Erik says you're ready for transformation.
Yeah.
And so he says that this is something that he says to make some tweak changes. The weight optimization would really help that. But he
Yeah, go
says,
to atlantascalar.com. But
yeah,
does she need the super portal work with increase, which is now energy repair, protection, and enhancement
he
to
said
break spiritual
actually,
contracts and stuff?
he said the spiritual portal work would actually be enough, that likely that would be enough to get her going. And
Okay, good.
he
Also,
recommends check out diet for your blood type. If you know what your blood type is, he says,
and also
look at that.
intermittent fasting to me is one of the best types of diet. It totally resets your cell metabolism. So look it up. There are many types of variations on styles on how to do it, but intermittent fasting. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you so much, Erik. Thank you, guys. Sorry that we'll have to figure this out, how to do it. How
We'll get it figured out.
We'll do it. Anyway, so thank you. And Michelle, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Thehealing-art.com. And I love you.
I love you. Erik says, love you, Mom. And he's like, love you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.